Now, welcome to Electrical Machine 2 Lab. Today, we are going to perform a practical on synchronous motor. The name of practical is characteristic of synchronous motor at constant excitation variable load. Means the load on the motor is going to vary, whereas the excitation of the motor is constant one. It is well known that the synchronous motor work on wide range of power factor, unity, lagging and leading power factor. At normal excitation, motor works on unity power factor, whereas for over excitation, it work on the leading power factor and supplies reactive power to the system. Similarly, under excitation, the motor work on lagging power factor and consume reactive power from the system. Okay, so in this case, the synchronous motor is acting as a active compensation in the power system. Now see the description and something about motor. The motor is purchased under Moldrop scheme. The capacity of motor and its nameplate data is available. Here it is a output of the motor is 3 HP, 415 volt, full load current is 3.5 ampere, speed of the motor is 1500 rpm, it means that it is a 4-pole motor. Insulation class is B and rating is CMR, continuous maximum rating, and type of enclosure also is a SP, is a screen type protection, so it is only can be used only indoor purposes. So the type of enclosure is decide where to use that motor. Okay. So this is the available 3-phase supply to the motor, and motor control panel consists of different meters. This is the DC excitation current to the synchronous motor, motor armature current, it is a stator current, supply voltage 0 to 500 voltmeter is there, and there are two additional meter is there. One is the watt meter, so it will measure the input of the motor, and second is the power factor of motor. So by this arrangement, it is quite simple and easy to see the variation of excitation over the power factor, as well as change in load with respect to the change in load and change in power factor for the different excitation system, means under excitation, over excitation and normal excitation. Now see, this motor is a synchronous motor, but it is started as a induction motor first. So it is induction start synchronous run motor. We know that the synchronous motor is not self-starting. To make it self-starting, damper winding is provided over the rotor. So synchronous motor is started as a induction motor. Once the motor speed is near to the synchronous speed, DC excitation is given to the DC winding or rotor winding, and motor come into the synchronism and run at a constant synchronous speed. So this is the 3-phase supply output of the state dual starter, direct or line starter. It is connected to the synchronous motor. So this is a star connected synchronous motor is there, and this is the DC field winding. X-axis is the DC field winding. DC excitation is given in built rectifier is there, and there is a variable pot. This is going to vary the excitation of the current, and this is switch is available to switch on and switch off, and this is terminal positive E, and this is the negative E is the DC supply, and this is the connection for watt meter, and this is the connection of power factor meter. Okay. Now externally one ammeter is connected 0 to 5 ampere to measure the armature current very precisely, because the connected ammeter is the range is 0 to 10 ampere. So a small variation cannot be found by this higher range ammeter. Okay. Now this is the loading arrangement over the synchronous motor. This is the drum, pulley drum system is there, and this is the complete setup of 3-phase synchronous motor. This is the complete setup of 3-phase synchronous motor. Now we will start the motor as an induction motor and keep first reading as a under excitation. Where under excitation? Where the power factor become lagging one and increase the load. So now see here, just on the DC AC supply, 3-phase AC supply is available. We have to take care that there is a 50% of excitation is there. First we will start the motor as a induction motor and give the excitation. So once we give the excitation, motor comes into the synchronism, speed become constant. Now see, this is the power factor. Initially it is a unity power factor, near to unity. We will decrease to the power factor in such a way that the power factor become lagging. So here the power factor is lagging under no load condition. Our objective is to determine the characteristic of synchronous motor under variable load, constant excitation. So we will keep the excitation is constant, will not vary, the excitation is 0.5 as it is. Load is 200, this is the no load condition, and power factor is lagging. Now we will see the what is the change in parameter after loading the motor. Now I will load the motor. Here the load has been increased somewhere. The load is increased by 0.5 kg or say 1 kg is there. Now see, once the load is increases, the power factor 0.5 to 0.8 means the power factor get improved, armature current get increases. Next, again I will increase the load, armature current get increases, power factor goes toward the unity one. Again I will increase the load. It means that if you load the motor at constant excitation, armature current increases, power factor improves, means it is 0.5 lagging power factor and goes to the unity one. Similarly, at unity power factor, means at normal excitation, the excitation will change in such a way that the power factor will become unity. Okay, so this is the power factor is somewhat unity. Now again increase the load. So by increasing the load, the change in power factor is very small, whereas the load current, armature current get increases. The power factor will remain as it is. Third case. In the third case, we will increase the excitation in such a way that the motor is working at leading power factor. In this case, the excitation has been increased. Initially, the load on the motor is near to the no load power, that is a 200 watt input, and the power factor is 0.6 leading, isn't it? Armature current is very small. Now increase the load. Load is going to increase. Here the load has been increased. Now see what is the variation. See, the variation is that armature current become 2 ampere, whereas power factor become 0.9 leading. Here also the power factor get improved from previous value at constant excitation, and armature current also get increases. So the conclusion of this one is that in different load condition, different excitation condition at constant load. We may say that the first conclusion is that the armature current increases regardless of excitation. It means that either the excitation is normal, either the excitation is below normal value, means under excitation, or normal excitation, or over excitation. If you increase the load, armature current increases regardless of the excitation. Second, regardless of excitation, the rotor will fall back inside the motor and load angle increases. Angle delta, that is called as the angle delta, increases even either regardless of the excitation. Third, under excitation and over excitation, increase in load, motor move toward the, or the power factor move toward the unity. Means at under excitation and over excitation, if the motor load increases, motor improve the power factor, or motor power factor say 0.5 lagging or 0.5 leading for the over excitation and under excitation, the power factor goes toward the unity one. So this is the conclusion in the synchronous motor at constant excitation and variable load. Next, what is the procedure to stop the motor? First, decrease the load. Decrease the load to the zero value. So now the armature current is very small. Switch off the DC excitation and put the three-phase supply off condition.